Arber Xhekaj was asked after the game last night about his fight with Zack Kassian, and his response just exudes killer confidence. I'll be talking about that, plus the real reason Juraj Slafkovsky was finally able to score his first NHL goal last night. Finally, I'll be talking about the team plus-minus leaders and how the number one guy might not be who you expect, so you won't want to miss this episode of Habs Digest. Hello, bonjour, ahoy, and welcome to today's October 21st news edition of Habs Digest. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I've noticed that 90+% of you guys who are watching these videos aren't subscribed. I mean, it's no surprise, we're getting thousands of views, but only have a couple hundred of subscribers. We want to hit 1,000 before Christmas, and we know that you guys can help us reach that goal. So if you enjoy these videos, if you know anyone else who enjoys these videos, click the subscribe button, tell them to do it as well. You know, we're going to be posting every single day, every single game recap, and you'll want to stay up to date, and if you do, just subscribe to this channel, and we got your back. Alright, well, let's get into the first topic today. Arber Xhekaj's killer confidence. I mean, okay, I watched the game last night, and even if you didn't get a chance to catch the game, if you watched the highlights, you saw this fight. Even if you didn't watch the highlight package, this fight was posted everywhere. Zack Kassian and Arber Xhekaj squared up last night, and boy, it was amazing to witness. Kassian has been in this league for ages. He's a notorious tough guy, sometimes touted as a dirty player, but he is a tough guy, a good guy to fight, strong fighter. You know, he's knocked a couple guys down in his day. But last night, Arber Xhekaj decided, you know what? No, I've had enough of it. I'm going to square off with him. And guess who won? It was the young guy, the Sheriff X. He did it all last night. He grabbed Kassian. He charged at him, gave a few haymakers. Kassian couldn't even land a punch. And Xhekaj finished by throwing him, ragdolling him down to the ground. It was amazing to witness Arber Xhekaj last night versus Zack Kassian. You know, some people were saying, oh, wait till he finally fights a real NHL fighter after some of his fights in the preseason. Well, he proved himself last night, and after the game, he was asked about it. And just look at this confidence. According to Eric Engels, who interviewed Xhekaj, Xhekaj was asked how the fight with Kassian started. Quote, I was smiling at him on the face-off. He asked me what I was laughing about. I said, you. He gave me a shot. I asked him if he wanted one. He said, sure. And then Xhekaj was asked if Kassian said anything after the fight. He said, yeah. Kassian said, good fight. So, I mean, there's a bunch to talk about here. The first thing I want to mention is, like, just the confidence in this guy to go up to Zack Kassian, a guy who's been in this league for ages, a tough guy, a notorious fighter. And Kassian said, what are you laughing about? Xhekaj's laughing at him. When they're lining up for the face-off, he said, I'm laughing at you. Like, this young kid is saying that to a seasoned veteran who's known to be tough. Just pure confidence. But also, you can tell there's respect. He gained a ton of respect from Zack Kassian last night. Kassian said, good fight after the fight. And, you know, that's not to be taken lightly. If you look at some of Kassian's fights back in the day, he has had his way with some other guys in the NHL. But Xhekaj was not one of them last night. So I think he gained a ton of respect. And I think there's going to be some other tough guys in the league that are going to want to get a piece of Arber Xhekaj as the season moves along. You know, one guy a lot of people have been pointing out is Ryan Reeves. This man who, oh boy, we know he can fight. He can beat some of the best fighters in the NHL any given night, let alone a young rookie who is just finally making a name for himself. But I checked the schedule. The Habs don't play the Rangers until January 5th. But we do play him twice in 8 days there in January. So if Xhekaj is still on the roster by that point, and boy, I hope he is, then we might have a great, great fight coming in the new year. So let's get into topic number 2 today. The real reason Juraj Slafkovsky scored his first NHL goal. So we're going to get into a few things Slafkovsky here, but I want to talk about the number one reason he finally was able to put one past the goaltender's mitt. Take a look at this. So there was an interview in Slovakian, and someone on Reddit had kindly translated it. And someone asked Slafkovsky, you know, usually you just had the toe of your blade taped, but last night he had the whole blade taped. He asked, didn't that help you score the goal? And Slav responds, a lot of players in the locker room think so, and the coaches probably as well. He said, why did you tape it? Brendan Gallagher kept telling me I had to change it to look like an NHL player. Actually, everybody on the team had the same opinion, so I tried it. And boy, did it ever work out for Uri last night. I don't know if you guys have seen, there's a TSN video talking about the Habs calling each other out. And one of the segments, a question was asked to a bunch of the Habs team members, who has the worst tape job on your team? And there was a mix of answers, but it was Jake Evans was one of them, but Juraj Slafkovsky was the other. And he had his stick in the video, and when he held up his stick, there was about maybe an inch of tape right at the toe of the stick, and that's it. I know that's a little more common for the younger guys now, but you gotta wonder, like, you can't really control the puck that well with that, can you? I mean, a lot of guys in the NHL would say probably not, but who knows? Slafkovsky's had a ton of success up to this point. But Brendan Gallagher has been chirping him and chirping him and chirping him and trying to get him to tape the whole stick. And what did he do last night? He did it, and he scored his first NHL goal. That is the real reason he scored, and I will not hear otherwise. I don't care if it was against the Coyotes. I don't care if there were other circumstances. That's it. That's the reason. The tape was on the stick. But we have some other stuff to talk about in this Slafkovsky interview. Take a look at this, too. So he was asked about Shane Wright and just some things about his confidence, right? He says, Shane Wright got his first point the day before you. Since you were competitors in the draft, many fans in Slovakia and overseas are also following Wright. Did you follow it as well, or don't you care about how he's doing? And he said, I wish everyone to do well. I believe that if I wish for others to be happy, I'll be happy myself. Congratulations to him, and the first point will certainly help him as well. Did you have a hunch before the game that you could score the first goal against Arizona? Honestly, I go into every game thinking I want to score a goal and help the team. I believe in myself. It was about to happen. I hit the post 2 games before and I felt like my shots were flying somewhere over the stadiums. It finally got to the net today. Now, I'm sure that part's a little mistranslated. If any of you Slovakians are there in the comments section and have seen the full interview and maybe have a way to translate the puck flying over the stadiums exactly what he meant, I'd love to see it in the comments. But that part there, I just wanted to speak to how mature this guy is for an 18-year-old. This man, he was picked ahead of Shane Wright. Shane Wright was, a lot of Habs fans' picks for who should go first overall. Some people are still upset we didn't have Shane Wright. But Slafkovsky doesn't hold any ill will. He is competitive, but he is confident in himself. He said, hey, I believe that if I wish him well, good things will come to me. And sure enough, Shane Wright scored his first point. Maybe Slafkovsky was happy about that, and look, he scores his first goal. Just so mature from this young kid starting off in the NHL. Like, his maturity is off the charts already. And that's exactly what you want from someone this young. He doesn't seem irresponsible. He seems like he truly wants to grow his game. And he's confident in himself. He said he hit the post. He said he knew he was about to score. But he's just so confident in himself and his teammates. For those of you that saw the post-game interview, he said something along the lines of, it's a lot easier to play when you have someone like Arber out there, Arber Xhekaj, who is willing to kill anyone that gets in front of him. So he's just so supportive of his teammates, he's so confident in himself, and he's so mature for an 18-year-old. He is phenomenal. Perfect first overall pick for Montreal, and I have super, super high hopes for the rest of the season and in the many years beyond that. So we'll get into our final topic of the video for today. A little quick hitter at the end of this. I want to talk about Jordan Harris. In the intro, I didn't spoil who it was, but Jordan Harris, could he be our best defenseman so far this season? Through every game so far this year, we've had some positive things to say about David Savard, who has been excellent on the penalty kill, who has been blocking shots left and right in multiple 5+ shot blocking games. Caden Gooley has gotten a ton of attention. My maybe favorite Habs so far this season. If you watch the videos, you definitely know that. But a lot of people have noticed that he is shutting down the likes of Ovechkin, the likes of Crosby, the likes of Austin Matthews. But one of the unsung heroes on the Habs D-core this year has been Jordan Harris. He has been so consistent in every single game, so smart with his play. It's almost like you don't notice him, but that's a good thing. He uses his body well. He's strategic with everything he does. Has he been the flashiest player? No, but he may be the single most solid defenseman for Montreal this year. And take a look at this. The team leaders in plus-minus so far this year. I'm sure most of you are familiar with plus-minus, but if you're not, it's basically how many goals you're on the ice for, and then you subtract how many goals you were on the ice against. So in essence here, Jordan Harris has been on the ice for 5 more goals for his team than the other team has scored on him. But look at this. There's only 3 guys who are higher than a +1, as in who have been on the ice for, more goals for their team than the other team. But Jordan Harris is up there at a +5. Jordan Harris and then Nick Suzuki are +4 and 5 respectively. But the fact that Harris is +5 just speaks to his, his solid defense, his smart play on the ice. We all know Suzuki's been having an amazing season. We saw Sean Monahan, we saw, Cole Caulfield there as well. But we know that these guys have been playing well. But Jordan Harris, again, has 1 assist so far this year, but he's just been solid. He hasn't been flashy, He hasn't really been talked about in the media, but he should be. Because, without him, I know I say without Caden Gooley, without anyone, this team wouldn't be where it is. But Harris has really stepped up. He looks like a mature NHL defenseman. Same thing with Caden Gooley. He's just been so impressive to me, but he's been flying under the radar of some fans, and I just wanted to give him a shout out to show that, this guy that not a lot of people are talking about is really, really important to the team, and I hope you all can now give him a little more recognition when you watch the games and he makes a solid play. So that'll do it for today's news video. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with anyone that you think might enjoy this video. I've been Josh Gosse, and I hope to see you in the next video.